Are you battling with weeds? Mother Nature hates bare soil, and she will fill every piece of bare land with something. And you can either fight against that fact, or you can design around it and make your life so much easier. If you have ever walked into your garden or your greenhouse and thought, this is way too much work, then this video is for you. Because today we are talking about soil and about weeds and about how we're able to make it so that it's not so much work. Now, Mother Nature doesn't like bare soil. That is a powerful, basic principle that if you choose to fight against it, the battle is real and you will be fighting it all the time. But in today's video, we're going to talk about some of the things that I have implemented in my greenhouse that I have taken from my outside garden, because I do a lot of permaculture with my own little twist. One of the things that we do out there is any trees or bushes or anything like that, we put into what's called a guild. And that's where your tree or your bush, you have your upper story and you have your understory, but there's always something that will be covering the ground. And that makes it so that everything else grows better and you don't have a lot of the weeds that you don't want. I take a little bit of a different approach to some of the weeds. In fact, let me show you. Now, any principles that I talk about here are principles that apply out in your garden too. So know that from the beginning. Let's talk about clover as a ground cover. So first of all, it's a nitrogen fixer, which means that it pulls nitrogen from the air and deposits it into the soil through its root nodules. It's low growing, it fills in beautifully, it keeps the ground covered and alive. As a living mulch, it also attracts beneficial insects, it feeds pollinators, and it protects the soil structure. You don't have to have a lot of it, just a few clumps can make a big difference. Right after we filled these beds, I went out into my yard and I took a couple of shovelfuls of my clover. As the greenhouse has matured, I've found lots of different surprises, and this is one of them. This is a little baby calendula. And calendula is pot marigold. It's a great thing to have in the garden. While it's not a ground cover per se, it's a fabulous addition to my ground cover. And remember, if something's growing, then Mother Nature doesn't have to cover it on her own. And that's why I'm choosing what I use to cover. And this is my little lime tree, and my lime tree will be greatly benefited by the clover that's growing here. Let me show you a couple of other fun surprises that we have here. This is purslane, just common purslane. It is one of the most nutritionally dense plants you can find growing wild. It's rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which is very rare for a leafy green. It's high in vitamin A, C, and E, plus it has magnesium and potassium. It's got these succulent leaves and stems that are slightly tangy and crisp. They're great for salads, just munching on in the garden, or if you lightly saute them. So as a ground cover, it keeps the bare soil covered, it retains moisture, and it improves soil structure. So the reasons why I let it grow is because it's edible, it's medicinal, it suppresses other weeds, it protects the soil, and it volunteered for free. I didn't have to do anything. And as long as I let a little bit of it reseed, it will come back year after year. One of the other beautiful things that we have in the garden here is something else I didn't plant. It's wood sorrel. Wood sorrel is a little plant with heart-shaped leaves and a bright lemony flavor. It's totally edible. It's rich in vitamin C, vitamin A, and iron. It's historically been used to treat scurvy and reduce fever. You can use the leaves, stems, and flowers in salads, as a tea, or just pop a few of them in your mouth while you're working in the garden. It's important also to note, though, that wood sorrel contains oxalic acid, so you should enjoy it in moderation, just the way that you do spinach. Don't overdo it, because otherwise you could have some problems. Unlike the clover that fixes nitrogen in the soil, wood sorrel doesn't do that, but it is a beautiful little plant. And the lemony taste is really fun. If you just can't handle the thought of planting a bunch of plants to keep from your soil being bare, then wood chips is probably your next best solution, because wood chips, a nice thick 4 to 6 inch layer, can definitely suppress a lot of weeds, and it helps to build the soil. A lot of the wood chips that I get are just wood chips that we've begged off of some tree arborists that are so kind to us, and we'll just come dump them here. Sometimes I'll pay a little bit for them, and sometimes they're free. But this is Mulch, and it's a kind of compost that is really heavy with the wood chips. It's a turkey compost. And even something like this, usually I only put an inch or 2 on top, but that will also help to cover the soil. And this acts like a compost, and so this is kind of a multi-purpose thing, but you'd have to add this every single year for it to have its optimal value. Or if you plant a ground cover like the clover, or underneath some of my fruit trees, I actually have a lot of mint. I know mint goes crazy and people are terrified of mint, but quite frankly, when it's under my fruit trees, it's a huge benefit because the mint draws beneficial insects. It helps to cover that soil with a living mulch. It retains the water. It just feeds the beneficials that are there. You can't get better than some of these ground covers for having healthier soil that will produce better food for you and for your family. Today I've used my greenhouse to demonstrate how important ground cover is and how I'm getting started in here. As it matures, everything will be better in the greenhouse. But this also applies to your gardens outside the greenhouse. Don't fight against Mother Nature. She's not the enemy. She can teach you so much if you will just pay attention, sit back, watch. What happens when I use clover? How does that affect my trees? How does ground cover affect everything? And you know what? If I don't want Mother Nature covering everything with weeds that I don't want in my space, I just need to be proactive and plant what I do want. It's important that you're able to identify your plants so that you know if it's a volunteer plant or weed that you want to keep or one that you would prefer not to have. I recommend you get a good app that will just do it. I use Seek. It's a free app. There are others out there. There's probably better ones out there. I don't know. This is the one that I use and I've been really happy with it. It's free and I like free. I take a picture of whatever it is that I want to identify and it can tell me what it is. Sometimes you have to take a few pictures, but that helps me understand what I'm growing and makes a big difference for me. I would highly recommend ground cover. Think about ways that you can implement ground cover. There are all kinds of beautiful ground covers that you can use to help make your life easier so that you quit battling the weeds that nature keeps putting in there. I love gardening. This is my happy place. Amanda and I are working so hard to create content that will be helpful to you. Please subscribe to our channel. It makes all the difference, and share the videos. And remember, don't be afraid to get a little bit of dirt under your fingernails and turn that dirt into dinner. And while you're binging, you might want to visit our video on seed snails, the one that we did just recently. It's a really cool method to grow a lot more starts for free. Hey, thanks for joining me in my greenhouse.